Good evening, travelers of the quiet hours. Welcome back to the quiet hour, that space where we can finally hear ourselves think above all the voices telling us who to be. I'm here with you tonight, whether you're lying awake wondering if you're doing it right, driving through the darkness questioning your choices, or simply exhausted from trying to please everyone. If this is your first time finding us here, welcome. This is where we remember that our own voice matters most. If tonight's story speaks to something you need to hear, I hope you'll subscribe and keep walking this path with us. Tonight, I want to tell you about James, his 16-year-old daughter Emma, and a road trip that taught them both to stop listening to everyone except themselves. James was recently divorced, trying his best as a single dad. When Emma's spring break came around, he suggested a father-daughter road trip from Seattle to his sister's place in Northern California. No plan. Just the two of them, the open road, and a chance to reconnect. They loaded up his old pickup truck and set off early on a Saturday morning. The truck had a bench seat, plenty of room for both of them. But Emma was 16 and self-conscious, so she rode in the bed of the truck with her headphones and journal, watching the world pass by. Their first stop was a small Oregon town for coffee. While James paid inside, he overheard two older women at the next table. "Did you see that? The girl riding in the truck bed while the father sits comfortable in the cab. What kind of parent lets their child ride back there in the wind while he enjoys the heater?" James felt his face flush. Outside, he told Emma what he'd heard. "Maybe you should ride up front with me." Emma shrugged and climbed into the cab. She was used to people having opinions about everything. An hour later, they stopped for gas in another small town. While James pumped, a man approached, looking concerned. "Excuse me, but I noticed your daughter in the cab with you. At that age, they need their space, their independence. My daughter's about that age. They hate being cooped up with their parents. You should let her ride in the back if she wants. Give her some freedom." James looked at Emma through the windshield. She was staring at her phone, clearly uncomfortable being scrutinized. "Maybe he's right," James said when he got back in. "You want to ride in the back again?" "Dad, I don't care. Whatever you think is right." But her voice said she did care. She was just tired of being pulled in different directions. They kept driving, but now both of them were self-conscious. At a rest stop, they decided to both ride in the cab, father and daughter together, making the most of their time. Seemed like a compromise. At a diner in Northern California, an elderly couple stopped by their table. "It's wonderful seeing a father and daughter so close," the woman said. "But at her age, she needs independence. When I was 16, my father treated me like an adult. She should be in the back, enjoying the freedom of the open road, not stuck next to her parent." In the parking lot, Emma finally exploded. "Dad, what do we do? Everyone has an opinion. Everyone thinks they know what's right. We can't make everyone happy." James stood there, looking at his daughter's frustrated face, and something clicked. They'd been on the road for 6 hours and had changed their arrangement for times based on strangers' opinions. Strangers who knew nothing about them, their relationship, or what they needed. "You know what?" James said. "Forget them. All of them. What do you want? Right now. Genuinely, what feels right to you?" Emma thought about it. "Honestly, I want to ride in the back sometimes when I need space, and up front when I want to talk to you. I want to decide in the moment, not based on what some random person thinks is appropriate." James laughed, really laughed for the first time all day. "Then that's what we'll do." For the rest of the trip, Emma rode wherever she wanted. Sometimes in the back with her journal and the wind in her hair. Sometimes up front, talking to her dad about school, boys, fears, dreams. Sometimes she'd switch mid-drive, just because. And people still stared, still commented, still had opinions. But James and Emma had stopped listening. When they reached his sister's house, exhausted but somehow lighter, Emma said something that James would remember forever. "Dad, I think I just learned the most important lesson of my life. If we'd kept listening to everyone, we'd still be back in Oregon, paralyzed, trying to figure out the right way to ride in a truck. There is no right way. There's just our way." Friends, how many of you are stuck in Oregon right now, paralyzed, trying to figure out the right way to live your life based on everyone else's opinions? Your mother thinks you should have kids. Your father thinks you should stay in your stable job. Your friends think you should date more. Your colleagues think you're too ambitious. Your neighbors think you're not ambitious enough. Your social media followers have opinions about everything from your relationship to your living room paint color. And if you try to satisfy all of them, you'll end up like James and Emma in the first half of their trip, constantly changing, never settled, exhausted from trying to be what everyone else thinks you should be. Here's the truth they discovered. You cannot please everyone. You will drive yourself insane trying. And in the process, you'll lose the one person you absolutely must please, yourself. The people criticizing you don't know your full story. They don't live your life. They won't bear the consequences of their advice. They're just passing through, offering opinions from the comfort of their own limited perspective. Your job isn't to perform your life for their approval. Your job is to live it authentically, making choices that feel right to you, even when those choices look wrong to someone else. Emma riding in the truck bed wasn't right or wrong. It was just what she needed in that moment. And the next moment, she needed something different. The only people qualified to make that call were Emma and her father, not the coffee shop ladies, not the concerned man at the gas station, not the well-meaning couple at the diner. So, tonight, I want you to ask yourself, whose voices are you listening to? And more importantly, whose voice matters most? That's our story for tonight here on The Quiet Hour. What would you do differently if you stopped listening to everyone else? Share below. And if you're new here, subscribe as we keep learning to trust our own voices. Until tomorrow night, remember, if you try to please everyone, you'll end up pleasing no one, especially not yourself. Ride in the back, ride in the front, just ride your own way. Sleep well, drive safely, and tomorrow, do one thing just because it feels right to you. Good night, friends.